the years of living that way. I did that.
Good day, January 3rd, 2021. Just wanted to reflect on this day because it's my dad's 80th birthday. How many days in your life have you thought to yourself when you hear somebody's hitting into their 70s and their 80s, oh, you hope that you make it that far. You hope that you have that kind of longevity. We never know what tomorrow promises us. We never know what the rest of the day promises us. Right now, we can only live in the moment, right in the now. And I hope in your now that if you are wondering, can I possibly live that long or longer? Well, the largest growing segment of population in North America is what they call centurions, people that are 80s plus. So if my dad can make it to 80, my mom can make it to 80, and many of my relatives, so can you. Well, what's the secret sauce for making it to your 80s? Well, my dad and mom, for example, stay active all the time. And physical activity is so important when you hit into your later years. But it's not just about them exercising their physical beings to make sure their joints stay lubricated and that their cardio stays healthy. It's also the 6 inches between a person's ears. I know, we'll use my mom as an example. She's been doing pastoral care at our hospital for as long as I can remember. She goes and she sits and prays and does other things with the sick that are in the hospital, the sick and dying. And that keeps her active. Plus, she works in the hospital, in the gift store, volunteers her time to make sure there's a gift store running in the hospital in their local community of Camrose, so that loved ones can buy some flowers or a card or a treat for their loved ones. My dad has done volunteering for years for their local CRE, the regional exhibition grounds, and done teardowns and setups, and for certain things like the Festival of Trees. And he's volunteered for years, my mom and him, for the Big Valley Jamboree, which many of you have heard about, which is one of the largest country festivals in North America that happens yearly in a small community where I grew up. So, if you want to have longevity, I guess the secret sauce would be to make sure you're always leveling up. You're always staying physically and mentally active, that you're doing things. My dad and mom have both been active readers. My mom more than my dad, but they both actively read. My mom does many other things that stimulates her thought processes, and my dad does as well, to keep them active. And I think that's the biggest thing about the secret sauce of making it to your 80 years of age and older, is to make sure you don't, have your mental capacity die. Many people, they look at statistics when they retire, they literally die within a few years after retiring, simply put, because they don't keep their mind and their body active. They lose their reason to live because of the fact that they have nothing to do. Now, many people that live past retirement and into their golden years, or into their 80s and 90s, it's because there's one resounding theme. They've kept active, again, both physically and mentally. So that's something you need to think about. What are you doing at your current age to ensure that you have longevity the rest of your life, to keep you leveling up both emotionally, mentally, and physically? And again, I'm not here to preach at you. What you decide to do is up to you. All I know is when I look and I sit back and I think about how many of my relatives, including my mom and dad, that in 2021 are going to be 80 plus years of age, why did they get there? And the resounding thing is they've stayed active. My dad, for example, continued to play sports well into his 70s, into his late 70s, and due to some health constraints, wasn't able to compete to the level that he used to, but he still kept on pushing forward. He still kept on trying to stay active, always busy out in his yard. Again, my mom always busy as well. So again, to stay active. If you're not active right now, why not? Figure it out. It's January 3rd, 2021. Go for a walk. Pick up a book. right? Listen to a book on a service like Audible if you like listening to stuff. If you're somebody that's older and doesn't understand podcasting, DM me. I'll give you some great recommendations for some podcasts based on a conversation we can have to see what'll fit you. And, there's so many different ways that we can stimulate our emotional, mental, and physical selves. And I encourage you to start that now so that you can be one of those centurions, one of those people that we're saying happy 80th birthday to. God bless you all. I appreciate you. DM me, right? Drop me a comment below. Have a fantastic Sunday. I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow. Peace out and stay out of trouble.